Hello everyone, I'm Prerna Saraugi, the Assistant Editor at CA Club India, and in this video today, I'll tell you the best book you can refer to for GST. As we all know, GST is a very vast subject, and since it has been recently implemented, there are a lot of issues and amendments in it that the professionals and businessmen are facing. Based on my experience, as you can see, I would like to talk about this book. It is a set of 4 books. It's a comprehensive book, detailed book authored by Mr. Bimal Jain, who is a thought leader in indirect taxation. Okay, let me walk you through the books now. As you can see, this is the volume 1. So this is a set of 4 books. It has been divided into 3 volumes. This is the first volume, and then there are 2 volumes, and then there is the third one. So this first volume talks about the basic concepts of GST. It talks about the computation, the GST law, the annual filing of returns, and everything that you need to get a grip on the law itself. I'll take you inside the book and we'll just go through the contents. Let's see. As you can see, this is the detailed content. The book has been divided into 9 modules. This particular book itself, these are the 9 modules. The first one talks about the classification and rates in GST. The second is the exemption. The third is the GST Referencer. So the GST Referencer takes you through the basic concepts and the scope, the taxability, the refunds, the tax invoicing, and the appeals and revisions, pretty much everything that you need to know in particular about the GST law. Then it also talks about the guide to file GST annual return, which is very important. It helps you to file your own returns. It's a guide to file your own returns. Then there's a roadmap of GST returns. Then there is also the transitional provisions in GST. So while you're shifting from the previous laws to GST, what are the challenges that you might face, and how you can troubleshoot that. It has all been covered here. And then there is the available functionalities on GST and portal. So this is very good. It teaches you how to, it guides you about the GST portal. So this is pretty much about the volume 1, and it is for getting a grasp on the technical aspects of GST law. Moving on to the second volume, which is again further divided into 2 parts. The first part is a follow-up of the volume 1. So the volume 1, where it talks about the GST laws, this one talks about the circulars, the notification, and the detailed commentaries that have been there on the various GST topics. Let's have a look what's inside. If you can see, there's the preface, there's the detailed content. So the content is, just a moment, I'll just show you. I hope it is visible to you guys now. So there are like 9 modules. It's similar to the previous one, but this one is different in terms of the content because it does not contain the law, but it has the detailed discussion, detailed commentaries, and the practical case studies that have been introduced in the GST law. Let's go inside and see what is there. As you can see, there are tables, charts for easy explanation. It talks about India's perspective. It is not talking about laws. It is talking about discussions and perceptions, perspectives. Then it has case studies. It has practical case studies of computations, which will help you study in detail and probably refer to for your real life situations. And there are case studies as well, judgments and cases that have been cited and explained, which will help you, if you are stuck in a situation or you are looking for a case study, probably it's not given in the law, the case studies are very helpful. That is where these case studies have also been mentioned. The various circulars have been mentioned, the notifications, and everything updated till whatever is applicable from till the 1st February 2019. So this is the second volume, and the third volume is about the registration. Yes, so this book is dedicated completely to the registration on GST. It covers all the questions that you might have related to the registration of GST. The first, it can be how to file for GST registration. It could be why should you register. It could be how should you register, and most important of all, it has the troubleshoots. So if you're stuck and if there's a cancellation or there's a show cause notice, whatever it might be, let's just go inside the book. I'll show you the contents. Here we have the procedure for registration, what is deemed registration, how can you amend your registration. Then it talks about the application for registration, basically why, how, and the procedure. So it talks about revocation of cancellation of registration, and how can you application for registration as a tax deductor at source. So basically it's in depth. And the last chapter here, it deals with the show cause notice for cancellation of registration, basically the troubleshoots that you might have. All in all, it covers everything that you need to know about registration. The important parts have been highlighted with a different color, and there are annexures given to it from the extract of various departmental FAQs. So the real life questions that come to the department or the businessmen or professionals face, all have been covered into this. So that makes it very useful. So this volume 3 is about the registration, and the last volume, the volume 3. This volume is different from the rest. How? Because this covers all the amendments, all the press releases, all the illustrations, case studies, and basically what all amendments were announced till the 29 January 2019, which is very recent, and all the amendments that are applicable from 1st February 2019 are contained in this book. So this comprehensive set of 4 books. Okay, first, let's just have a look inside it. What's here? Just take you through. This contains abbreviation. So it has the changes introduced section by section. What is composition levy? Furnishing of returns. So it has the amendments that have been confiscation of or penalty not to interfere with other punishments. So whatever changes have been introduced, I hope the book is visible right now. Okay. So I've been asked to lift up the book. Probably it's not visible. Is it visible now? I hope it is. Okay. So yeah, pretty much it contains all the amendments and changes. So the 4 books in all together prepares you till today whatever you need to know about GST. It has, and apart from being detailed and comprehensive, the fact that I want to emphasize on what I love about this book is the manner it has been written. It has got illustrations, charts, flow charts, it has graphs, it has practical applications, case studies, everything that can help me not just read about GST but also understand. As a student, as a referencer, many times when you're practicing, you get in a particular situation, you get stuck, okay, how do I solve it? That is when this book helps me a lot. It has so many practical case studies that when I refer to it, I probably get a solution. And that is what makes this book very good.
I will get a solution, not probability.
Okay.
There is no probability. You will get a solution.
So if not, if you won't find the exact situation that you're facing, you will definitely find a reference to that problem that you're looking at. There'll be something you will definitely find in this book, and that is what I love about it. The last thing that I want to emphasize on why did I choose this book is because the trust that I have and the trust is because it is authored by Mr. Bimal Jain. Like I had said earlier, he's a thought leader in indirect taxation, and if you really don't know about him, let me just walk you through. Let me just show you all the let me just tell you a little about him. So as you can see here, just a moment. So he is an FCS, he's an LLB, he's a FCA with 21 years of experience, specialized in the field of indirect taxation. And he is currently the Chief Executive Director of A to Z Tax Corp LLP. He is also a chairman of the Indirect Tax Committee of PSG Chamber of Commerce. He is the chairman of the Corporate Advisory Committee of IPEM Group of Institutions, and then he is the member of Indirect Tax Committee of FICCI and ASSOCHAM. He is the special invitee of the Indirect Tax Committee of ICAI, and so on and on and on. I can go on speaking about him. You can see there's a whole page of it. And basically the point that I'm trying to make here is that he is the true expert of indirect taxation, the field of indirect taxation. It has been co-authored by Ms. Isha Bansal, who is also an ACS, LLB and BCom honors with more than 6 years of experience in the field of indirect taxation. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that because it has been authored by such great dignitaries who are an expert in the field of taxation, indirect taxation especially, this makes me trust this book even more. So I guess that is all. That is, in my opinion, my experience with these books has been great so far. It is updated, it is comprehensive, it is easy to understand, it is colorful, like you can see. It is not boring. I can understand sometimes the books are boring and you lose interest. This is the best part about this book, you don't lose interest. I did not lose interest, and yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I love this book, and if you like it too, which I'm sure you will like it, and if you're looking for the perfect book, this is it. This is the Bible that you need to have in your study, whether you're a professional, whether you're a businessman, whether you're a student, whoever you are. If you want to know about GST, this is the book you need to go to. You can buy this book at www.caclubindia.com/books. So this is my opinion of the book, and I would love to hear your opinion on it. Please write it below in the comment section, and like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of such videos. Thank you.